Here's Peter dressed up as a doctor.
Well, I got the results of your ultrasound, and I got some news for you.
Wait. We don't want to know if it's a boy or a girl.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not breathing.
And here, Peter is literally wearing Death's cloak, accidentally causing an airplane to crash.
Hey, what are you doing? You're not a pilot. I know every pilot in the world.
I'm here to keep you from making an error. A pilot error.
Across 25 plus years, Peter Griffin has slipped into hundreds of outfits, disguises, and alter egos. But which of them has caused the most controversy? Because some of them weren't just costumes, they were crimes, statements, outfits so wrong they didn't just get laughs, they offended, disturbed, and made people gasp. Oh boy. Let's start strong with Peter Griffin's proudest invention. In Underage Peter, Peter reveals the Yankit. What's a Yankit? Well, imagine the Snuggie, but designed by a sex offender. It's a blanket with fake arms stitched on top, holding props like a beer, a remote, even a newspaper. The idea is simple. Look busy above the blanket, while your real hands are busy underneath.
Peter, what are you doing?
Nothing. Let's watch a Scarlett Johansson movie.
And Peter doesn't stop there. Oh no. He creates an entire product line, the Store Yankit. So you can traumatize minimum wage employees at Target, the Sports Yankit, for when you want to ruin the experience of 20,000 other fans. And yes, the Work Yankit, for when HR violations just aren't spicy enough. He pitches it in an infomercial like he's changing the world. And honestly, he does, just not in a way anyone asked for. Then, the kicker. At the end of the episode, Chris is shown sitting in a chair, already using one, like father like son, but somehow worse. And Stewie? He actually made sure he used the Yankit, because apparently Chris was doing it out in the open. So not only do we have Peter inventing a me-time blanket, his son's using it, while his baby brother is acting as quality control. Family Guy pushing every boundary they can find. And the worst part is, Peter made money off this. Who's ordering these? Actually, you know what? I don't want to know. Peter's sister gives us one of the most unhinged family reunions in television history. Karen, Peter's long-lost sister, shows up for Thanksgiving. She's not just any sister, though. She's a professional wrestler. Her ring name? Heavy Flow. Her finishing move? The Toxic Shock. Yes, they actually named her character after feminine hygiene disasters. From the moment she walks in, she's putting Peter in headlocks, mocking his weight, which is ironic since Peter's the skinny one here. She's literally using WWE moves on him in front of the whole family, almost killing him. The whole family's watching Peter getting humiliated by his own sister. So what's Peter's solution? Therapy? Forgiveness? Walking away? Of course not. He decides to fight back by becoming a female wrestler himself. Let's check Lois as her reaction.
Peter, you look ridiculous. Take that off. If you want to settle things with your sister, just go talk to her.
His friends offer their help. Joe gets Steven Seagal to train him. Peter's reaction after seeing him?
This fat guy?
Yep. Go on. Ask him anything.
Why are you so fat?
Cleveland's training method? Painkillers. They'll make you feel invincible, he says.
Man, I love putting my hand down my pants when I'm on.
So you gonna do that wrestling stuff?
Nah, I'm gonna stick with these. I would crime for more of these.
Quagmire? He tries hypnosis.
Now open your eyes and tell me what you see.
They went all bad.
Okay, too far. Come back. Come back.
Peter transforms into Maxie Patty, full name Maxine Patricia. He's wearing sparkly spandex, a wrestling mask, the whole deal. The fight's brutal, but starts pretty even, and Peter is even doing some damage. Karen's actually not holding back after knowing it's Peter. Just as Karen is giving Peter the toxic shock, Meg appears as Teen LaQuifa. I can't believe they named Meg after queefing. Remember that moment with Stewie in Bath? Back to the fight. Meg smashes a metal chair, not a prop, a real chair, over Karen's head. She goes straight into a coma. Peter's response? he doesn't care.
Hello? No, I think I'm a different blood type. No, I don't want to check. Doctor says there's nothing they can do.
So Peter's grand solution to a lifetime of sibling trauma was cross-dressing as a wrestler, nearly killed by his sister, and then saved by his daughter's attempted homicide. And somehow, that counts as a victory in Quahog. So after Peter solving his childhood trauma, Peter discovered colonial cosplay. And somehow, things got worse. Here's Peter Griffin dressed as Christopher Columbus, or at least according to Cleveland's friend Peter founded Quahog. But the story kind of resembles Columbus discovering America. Kind of. Peter's forced to sail with his shipmates, stumbles onto the new land, and the very first thing he does is declare,
I declare this land Quahog.
At first, it even sounds promising. Quagmire panics about survival, and Peter reassures him, offering hope about building a better future. And then, the exclusions begin.
Except blacks, Asians, Hispanics, Jews, gays, women, Muslims. Everybody who's not a white man. And I mean white, so no Italians, no Polish, just people from Ireland, England, and Scotland. But only certain parts of Scotland and Ireland. Just full-blooded whites. No, you know what? Not even whites. Nobody gets any rights. America.
So here's the image burned into history. Peter Griffin, dressed as a heroic Columbus, delivering the single most comprehensively discriminatory founding speech in television history. In Airport 07, Peter has a full-blown identity crisis after attending a redneck comedy tour. He doesn't just laugh at the jokes. He decides this is the identity he's been missing his whole life. Within hours, he's transformed into something more stupid. Or maybe this is just Family Guy's way of roasting redneck culture. First, he buys a pickup truck and paints a Confederate flag across the window. Then, he drags the couch out to the front lawn so he can sit and drink beer like real folk. Meg sits down next to him, just to relax, and Peter immediately makes moves on her.
Dad, what are you doing?
Meg, I'm a redneck, which means I am about to do something to you that you will not remember until you're 40.
And it doesn't stop there. He's chewing tobacco in the living room, spitting it directly into Stewie's mouth, watching redneck edits of TV shows that replace science with nonsense.
I'm Carl Sagan. Just how old is our planet? Scientists believe it's hundreds and hundreds of years old. Scientists have determined that the universe was created by a God. Big Bang.
It's every stereotype you can think of. But then Peter goes from offensive to dangerous. He crashes into Quagmire's car, just as Quagmire is leaving for work. Feeling guilty, Peter decides to drive him to the airport. So far, so good. Quagmire arrived on time to fly the plane, until Peter sees the hose connected to Quagmire's plane. In his mind, that's where the flying juice comes from. So he siphons fuel directly from a commercial jet. The result? A mid-air crash. Passengers screaming. Quagmire losing his license. Nearly dying. All because Peter thought jet fuel worked like Mountain Dew. And Peter's response? He actually tries to make it right by helping Quagmire get his license back. But that doesn't erase the fact that he almost killed an entire plane full of people. So yeah, lesson learned, Peter Griffin should never become a redneck. Family Guy shows exactly what happens when Peter tries to be supportive, without understanding anything. Lois discovers she has Jewish heritage through her mother. Peter's response? Not to learn, not to listen, but to immediately become Jewish himself. He shows up wearing a yarmulke, a Star of David necklace, and somehow defying all biology, a lot of chest hair. As if his DNA just went, we're Jewish now. Deploy themed follicles. From there, it's every stereotype in the book. He even changes his name.
And I don't respond to Peter. From now on, I want you to use my Hebrew name.
Lois tries to remind him that their lives were perfectly fine, but Peter's standing there like,
From now on, our lives will be better. We'll be wealthy, our sons will become doctors, and we'll be in charge of charities so we don't have to contribute to them.
He's literally listing anti-Semitic propaganda as benefits of converting. Then comes the synagogue scene. The Griffins show up as a family, and Peter tries to announce that they're officially Jewish. His big declaration:
Check it out, I'm one of you guys now, huh? I'm Jewish. Yeah, Holocaust. We're number one.
After a barrage of non-kosher jokes, Peter has a dream where his Catholic father warns him that if he keeps this up, his whole family will burn in hell.
What do you think you're doing, Peter? You were raised Catholic. If you forsake your religion, you'll spend eternity in hell.
By morning, Peter finally tells Lois he wants to end the nonsense.
Last night, my father came to me and reminded me that I'm a good Catholic. If I don't rid the house of this Jewish curse, this family is going to go to hell, and I won't let that happen.
Peter, you were the only one who was even taking this thing seriously.
Jews are gross, Lois.
So after shouting Holocaust in a synagogue to prove his loyalty, Peter finally decides to better himself. And by better himself, I mean cause mass destruction just to use a fancy toilet. In Tales of a Third Grade Nothing, Peter's journey to career success starts the way all his stories do, with complete confusion. His boss gives him papers to deliver to the CEO. Simple enough. But Peter misreads the assignment and somehow ends up in the executive bathroom, which, in Family Guy logic, comes with helicopter access to a private island.
Well, this is peaceful.
From that moment, Peter's life goal becomes crystal clear. Get promoted high enough to use this bathroom forever. So the next morning, he shows up as new Peter. A new suit, hair slicked back, office spotless. He even brings in a robot he claims will save the company millions. Of course, the robot just beats him senseless.
It's using tools. It's learning, Angela. It's learning. Run!
Then Peter tries networking by sabotaging a competitor's billboard. Instead, he accidentally blows up a children's hospital.
Oh, good Lord, save them. Bless their Oh, okay, yeah. There we go. All right, everything worked out.
Somehow, he still gets recommended for a management position. There's just one catch. Peter never passed the 3rd grade.
Mr. Griffin, all our executives require a high school education, and your file says that you never passed the 3rd grade. If you want this promotion, you're going to have to go back and finish.
So, back to school he goes, and instantly, he's a nightmare. There's a smart kid named Omar. Peter immediately nicknames him Gaymar, and the whole class joins in chanting it.
What are you doing in our class? You're old. Are you stupid or something?
Oh, picking on the new kid, huh? Well, at least my parents didn't name me Gamer.
His homework? He turns in a single sentence. Homework is for butt lickers. And the teacher's impressed because Peter spelled a 3-syllable word. Not even Omar managed that. So Peter got his big opportunity. If he wins next week's spelling bee, he graduates immediately, which leads to the big test, the spelling bee. Peter's final word? Lesbians. And somehow, he wins. That's it. He graduates 3rd grade. He gets his high school equivalency. He's ready for the promotion. Then the FBI showed up because of that whole children's hospital incident. Instead of a promotion, Peter gets 7 days in prison. In Trump Guy, Peter ditches his usual green pants and white shirt for a suit because he's now working for Donald Trump. Not just working for him, but serving as his assistant. According to Trump, one of the most important jobs in the world.
Your main job here is to go in rooms before me to make sure there's no static electricity.
Don't go in there. It's not safe.
Well done, Peter.
The controversy here isn't just Peter's outfit. It's the episode itself. Family Guy doesn't hold back, roasting the White House, roasting Trump's governance, and roasting his entire family. No one is spared. From sexual misconduct jokes to conspiracy theories about lizard people, it's one of the harshest political parodies the show has ever done. But back to Peter, because while he's busy in his suit, pretending to be important, something much darker happens at home. Meg walks into the living room, clearly shaken, and admits that Trump touched her the night before. Instead of protecting his daughter, Peter panics about his career. He denies her story and immediately worries about losing his White House job.
Last night at the White House, President Trump touched me inappropriately.
What?
Meg, that's my boss. All right, this is my career you're talking about.
Meg pushes back. desperate for someone to believe her. Peter cuts her off to announce that CNN is on, because he's more interested in watching himself debate on TV than listening to his daughter. And in the debate, he doesn't address policy. He just rants about his erectile dysfunction.
We need stronger vetting.
And to enforce the laws already on the books.
I'm terrified of being alone with my wife. It's too much pressure.
Even after Meg's accusation, Peter still shows up to work, suit on, loyalty intact. When Peter arrives at work, he confuses Trump with a butternut squash. Trump is not in office.
Mr. President, the press briefing went very well. Many people are saying it was the best press briefing in all of history.
Mr. Griffin, you're not speaking to President Trump. That's a butternut squash.
Oh.
Then the truth smacks him in the face. He walks in on Trump assaulting Meg, and suddenly, even Peter can't ignore it. That moment breaks everything. Peter quits, which leads directly to one of the biggest brawls in Family Guy history. Peter Griffin versus Donald Trump. They smash through DC landmarks, turn a political scandal into a WWE match. So after nearly selling out his own daughter for a suit and a desk job, Peter trades in politics for something even bigger, the cloak of death itself. The only thing scarier than Peter Griffin in power is actually Peter with a superpower. In Death is A, Peter Griffin doesn't just dress up. He actually becomes death himself. It starts small. Peter finds a lump in his chest. Terrified, he rushes to the doctor, only to learn he's fine. The real horror? The medical bill. Peter's solution? He scribbles deceased on the bill and gives it back, basically trying to commit insurance fraud.
Wait a second, that's it. They can't make a dead guy pay his bill. All I gotta do is write deceased right here where it says name. And where it says sex, I'll write no thanks, I'm dead. It's bulletproof.
That night, there's a knock at the door, and it's death. Not a metaphor, not a costume, the actual Grim Reaper. He's here because, according to the paperwork, Peter Griffin is supposed to be dead. Death takes him outside, ready to do the job. But Peter, being Peter, bolts. Death chases him, only to slip on the icy sidewalk and sprain his ankle. And just like that, the literal force that controls mortality is stuck on the Griffin's couch with a bum leg, which means nobody on Earth can die. What does Peter do? Starts bar fights, brags about his immortality on national TV.
Peter, are you saying that if I shoot you in the head with this Channel 5 pistol, you'll be completely unharmed?
Why don't you, give it a shot?
What have I done?
Within 24 hours, he's single-handedly blown Death's cover. After Death got embarrassed, the only solution...
And there's only one solution. You have to go out there and do my job. You have to be... Death!
There's Peter's new outfit and his new role. His first assignment? Kill the cast of Dawson's Creek, because that show's been on life support for years. Peter refuses, says they're innocent, but when the cast boards a plane, Peter has no choice. All he has to do is touch them. Instead, he trips and touches the pilots. Both drop dead instantly. The plane crashes. Someone was able to land the plane, but the deaths of the pilots made everyone realize that nobody is invincible. Death's reputation is saved, and Peter gets another chance at life. So in this episode, Peter Griffin literally wore the cloak of death, held the power to end every life on Earth, and the only thing he managed to kill were 2 airline pilots. This time, he just impersonates a cop, an American cop. In He's Black, Cleveland finally returns to Quahog with his family. The friend group is reunited. Everything seems back to normal, until things unravel fast. After the Cleveland got help from everyone, Chris started hanging out with Rollo. During play, he breaks a vase that was a gift from Donna's grandma. Donna finds out, and in classic sitcom parenting, she gives Chris a spanking. Lois is horrified. To her, it's child abuse. She and Donna get into a heated argument, and Lois lays down the law. No more hanging out with the Browns, not even Peter with Cleveland. So what's Peter's brilliant solution? Dress up as a cop, conduct fake traffic stops, and use them as an excuse to keep seeing Cleveland. Except Peter being Peter, he doesn't just play dress up, he goes full method.
Do you have any idea how fast you were going, sir?
Peter?
Hey, Cleveland, this is just so we can talk without getting spotted by Lois or Donna.
He tries to act authentic and instantly crosses into racist parody of real-world policing. What started as a dumb disguise turns into a sick commentary on police brutality.
Try to grab my gun. Oh, trying to grab my gun, are you? Ow! Ow!
And then Joe shows up. Joe, an actual cop, sees Peter pulling Cleveland over, and instead of stopping it, he joins in. He even starts beating Cleveland, treating the fake stop like it's real. So Peter's police outfit manages to go from dumb disguise to racist disaster to actual police misconduct, which just proves the point. Putting Peter Griffin in a uniform is the fastest way to guarantee a crime scene. So after turning a police uniform into a license for chaos, Peter ditches the badge for something even holier, Santa's red suit. And if you thought Peter as a cop was dangerous, in How the Griffin Stole Christmas, Peter doesn't just ruin the holidays, he literally picks a fight with Santa Claus. Peter starts ruining Christmas for the family by crashing the whole family during the snowslide. After that, gives away all the Christmas presents and forces the family to scavenge for replacements at the mall. The mall Santa's gone, so the manager takes one look at Peter's hefty frame and decides he's perfect for the job.
Hey, you're a hefty guy.
I called you muscles.
Would you mind putting on the suit and playing Santa? Just until the shift ends?
Suddenly, Peter's in the suit and discovering all the perks that come with it.
All right, now go pick up your picture. And before you go crying to your mom, that's my cell phone you're feeling.
As Santa, he gets free food.
Holy crap, this is awesome. I'm Santa Claus. In this suit, I'm like a god.
He can boss around the police and get tickets ripped up.
That's right. Now crumple up that ticket. Now eat it.
Women flirt with him. For once, Peter has power, respect, and unlimited spaghetti. But it doesn't last, because Peter doesn't just play Santa, he becomes the worst Santa. He gets drunk, he passes out in the street, face first in pasta. And when he wakes up, the real Santa is standing over him. Santa is furious. Peter's embarrassing the name. First he warns him, then he threatens him. And when Peter still doesn't listen, Santa snaps.
You better watch out.
In the middle of a dark, empty street, Santa Claus strangles Peter Griffin. No cheering crowd, no mall shoppers, just a quiet, surreal moment where Christmas itself beats the hell out of Quahog's most incompetent dad. By the time it's over, Peter isn't Saint Nick, he's Santa's bitch.
Whose suit are you wearing? Your suit! Whose suit? Your suit! It's your suit!
So yeah, Peter Griffin in a Santa suit doesn't save Christmas. He ruins it and then gets choked out by the very holiday he was trying to exploit. From masturbation blankets to wrestling spandex. From founding America on exclusion to impersonating a cop. From wearing the cloak of death to getting strangled by Santa Claus in the middle of the street. Peter Griffin doesn't just put on outfits, he turns them into crimes, into traumas, into disasters that leave Quahog permanently scarred. That's the Griffin guarantee. Maximum chaos, zero growth. So what do you think? Which outfit was Peter's most controversial? Was it Death's cloak that broke the universe? Or the Yank It, which probably should have been a federal offense?